talking much about what happened to his ball or two was over. That's what I like about him, because he feels that he has the ability. If he gets hit for a 4-6, he has it. To come back to get the batsman out. And I think that's what his belief in, that is what his process has been lately.
Yuvi, for sparing your time. Good to see you as always. 15 gone, 79 for now.
So India in full control here, 79 for 9. I've been joined by Ricky Ponting and Steve Smith. Steve, you would have enjoyed betting on this one?
Absolutely not. Looks like it's gone all over the place. The seamers have bowled really well when they've hit a hard length, a bit of variable bounce, and yeah, it's been a clinical bowling performance so far.
Quality unit, and everyone's played their part. Ashdeep Singh back into the equation, 2 for 18 in his 3 overs so far. A little bit guilty of some wayward deliveries with that new ball, but I think the control should probably be a little bit better. I don't think the plan will change, much the same. Back of a length, and he wants the batters to make a play.
It looks like he's going to come around the wicket here as well. Try and angle the ball back into the right-hander, trying to attack the stumps a bit more, gives him more of an option to be able to actually hit the stumps 3 deep on the leg side. Sorry, 4 deep on the leg side.
Yeah.
Slow balls, trying to get important defence.
He's been going on about these slow balls.
Let's see what he comes up with. Back of a length, it's hammered, and that's going to go to the boundary. That's beautifully played. In the pick of the batters as Delaney. He's got to 15 of 9 deliveries now, 10 deliveries. And he's trying to get them edging towards 100.
Yeah, just gave himself a little bit of room there, enabled himself to flat bat it straight over mid-off, and he's timed that really nicely.
You can see what he's trying to do here, Ashton. It's actually a big hit, leg side for the right-hander. Trying to angle the ball back in. In fact, he's changing his angle now, going back over the wicket. Gives him both options now. Still bowl the short ball and look to get a wicket caught deep at mid-wicket, or use the angle with the 2 up at short third. Still can be catching positions there with this extra bounce in this wicket.
Yeah, also thinking he's not going to take the single. He wants to stay on strike, so no one to try and prevent the single. And that's beautiful. If you played, it's... in fact, it's going to be... No, it's dropped. He's sending in the other... Batsman back to the non-striker's end. It would have been adjudged as a wide if he just let it go, but he thought he could just ramp it over short third man. It was Jadeja who kind of overran it initially and then tried to launch himself back.
It's not something you see very often. Jadeja put him down. He's usually got outstanding hands. I think he might have got put off when his hat just fell off, actually.
Well, he called action, but fell out of it. It looked like it would have been an easier catch for him. He was actually running almost direct side angle to that ball, where Jadeja had to go back and turn over his right shoulder.
That's brilliantly struck. That's the big boundary, and that's gone way back.
It's a good strike, powerful strike. Saying that was the big boundary out there, it didn't matter. That's got about 20 metres over the rope. Banged in short of a length and given the full treatment.
Keep Singh has come back into the attack thinking, well, it's been a good day. I've already picked up 2 wickets. He's been met with a bit of aggression. Top edge this time, Axar Patel. No, he can't get there, and it'll spin away to the fence.
It's going to be interesting to see how India go about their run chase. We see, I think, now while this ball's a little bit older, it looks to be coming onto the bat a little bit easier. Clearly earlier on with the new ball, it was very challenging. So whether they're a little bit circumspect against the new ball or they come out and play some shots, it's going to be interesting.
Look at the chase. Ireland get to the 3-figure score. Improvement on what we saw from Sri Lanka the other day. But I get the feeling it's not going to be competitive enough. But I suppose anything on the board, on the surface that's offering a bit, you never know. It's the bottom edge to the ground. Gets up onto his body, or maybe even the helmet, and nearly back onto the stumps. He's pretty good with the new ball. Some good movement through the air. His air is consistently well. These were his 2 wickets that he picked up. Sterling up front, and then cannoning into the top of the off stump. Right squad now will just be survived this one delivery. Now Delaney to have another go in the next over. And you think Arshdeep will be targeting the stumps and close things out. Oh, in fact, it's the short ball. And the doctor delivery to end the over. 16 completed. Only 4 for them. But they're going to check it. Third delivery of the over now. Second delivery above head height, so that's a free. John is incredibly impressed. They're just having a consultation with 2 umpires, and I think that is the third one. Maybe there was already 2. I saw the one that was dropped. And maybe the one that was hammered away for 6. Standing position, would it have gone over his helmet? I don't think it would have. Had he been standing up in an upright position, probably would have made contact with the helmet. So it's a bit of a surprise call, but it's going to be a free hit, and White will enjoy this opportunity. That's the edge through, and charge through for single. He'll definitely be wanting to come back for the second. Oh, that is it. That's the end of the innings. He had to come back White to try and get Delaney back onto strike. And there's been a few miscommunications and misunderstandings in the running between the wickets, and that is the end of the innings.
They've really panicked there, I think. They were milking the strike really nicely, and then I think just because it was a free hit, they... Well, we've got a run. Yeah,
Exactly.
if he just let it go and took no... Done. Delaney's on strike. He's playing beautiful. Ian. It's all in vain now.
Yeah, they haven't thought that one through clearly, but India have done the job. It's the surface that offered up a lot of assistance. They won the toss, decided to bowl first, and they've bowled Ireland out for a meagre 97. Low fives, half fives all around. Job done from the bowler's point of view, and they'll be just chasing 98, and an opportunity to try and score as quickly as possible from net run rate perspective as well. They're making their way off the ground. They're very, very happy about the way they performed, Ricky Ponting. They must be excited at the fact that they've delivered after winning the toss.
Yeah, absolutely. The bowlers are outstanding. As you said, there was plenty in the surface, but you've still got to get out there and execute well, and they've done that. Arshdeep got the early breakthroughs. Boomer at times looked unplayable. Landed the ball on a 20-cent piece, got it to dart around off the seam. There's been some inconsistent bounce, but the execution from that team there today, the men in blue, is outstanding. Bowling out for 96. Steve Smith made a good point. How do they approach their batting? Is he going to come out and really try and flay it, get this chase over and done with? I think that's the way that they will go about it.
See a possession. That was the Irish batting lineup today. It was just a possession back to the dress. Managed to post it. Really substantial. So there is the scores. Just contribution from Tucker. Camphor, and then some good striking at the back end from Delaney. 96. Little also did decently for his 14 of 13 deliveries. Bowling wise, everyone had a good day, Ricky.
Yeah, absolutely. Execution was good. Their out cricket was good. Catching was sharp. That run out, the last wicket of the innings. Good piece of fielding. They're a good team, this Indian team, no doubt about that.
Their first 8 wickets went down for the score of 50, and the last 2 managed to put on 46, and that's how they got themselves to that 96. And it was Little and Delaney who were the main contributors at the back end. Bowling figures there, we see that 2 for 32. STP was a little bit disappointed with his last over where he disappeared quite a bit, but everyone else, look at the economy rates on the right-hand side. 1 for 13, 2 for 6, 1 for 3, and 3 for 27 for Hardik Pandya in his 4 overs. Lots of dot deliveries and really using the conditions to the advantage. So India won the toss, they decided to have a ball first, and it was them that dominated terms. The first 6 overs, 26 for 2, 23 for 4, 30 for 3, 17 for 1. At no stage did Ireland manage to get away. It was just all dominated by India. Let's head down to the field for Nerity and hear from one of the star performers.
Yeah, alongside me, 3 wickets for 27 runs. How nice is it to be back in the India blue and taking wickets once more, particularly at a World Cup?
I mean, it's always special to play for the country. I always taken pride, coming and kind of making sure I kind of give 100%. And, God has been very kind. World Cup has been something where I've been able to contribute. And I hope, how my day went today, it continues like that.
A comprehensive performance from the attack, but the caught and bowled effort from Akshar Patel. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, really. I mean, that was an outstanding effort. And at the same point of time, those other catches are not easy where you can't see the ball and you just have to kind of, let your hand and eye coordination kind of work and kind of go and get it. And, it was fabulous. I think, it's a lot of hard work of his fielding efforts, which he does outside. And, when the time came, it kind of came off.
Even the American security guard was really enjoying the work as well. We're just taking a look at your wickets. Anything in particular that you were pleased about?
I mean, obviously, I really like the first wicket. I generally don't hit the stumps that often. I have a tendency to bowl back of length, and which does not. But I just realized that on this wicket, maybe I need to be a little fuller, to kind of be in the game rather than, it might look pretty when I bowl back of the length, ball might fly here and batter might feel uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, on this kind of surface, when you have the opportunity to take a couple of wickets, you need to bowl right areas and be disciplined. And I think today as a bowling unit, we were.
And just finally, it feels like Mumbai here in New York. Is it fun?
I mean, it's really fun. It's always fantastic to see the crowd always comes and supports us. We Indians are everywhere. We rule the world, so it's good to have so much support for us. And yeah, many thanks to them.
There you have it. Indians rule the world. Hardik Pandya, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, so quality effort by India. They bowl Ireland out for 96. They just need to knock it off 97 in their 20 overs. And they'll be feeling pretty confident about their chances to do that as quickly as possible. We'll have a quick break and then we'll be back to see how India get on.
We come to you live from New York for this Group A clash between India and Ireland. And India strike early. 2 wickets in the over for Arshdeep Singh. And Ireland in trouble already.
The energy is absolutely exceptional.
And another wicket here for Hardik Pandya. Wickets continue to tumble here.
Just close the doors, and you're in a world of your own. Travel is not just about the destination, it's also about how you get there. Fly Emirates, fly better.
Well, and Arshdeep Singh got them off to a flyer. Let's take a look. And he was really impressive today. Opened the bowling and took 2 wickets for 35 runs, going into an economy of 8.75. Used that left arm skill, movement and pace, really caused problems with the new ball for Ireland. Right, well, the skyline looks wonderful. Let's take a look at cricket in the USA.
The USA has been identified as a target growth market for cricket, and it's already a big market for us. We have 52 million fans here, and it's our 3rd largest TV audience. But it's still considered a niche sport. By bringing a World Cup to the USA, we're giving it a massive platform to grow the game here in the US.
It's growing, it's really growing, and it's growing very fast. Obviously, like, America is a country where they're known for, like, having a lot of sports. So I think this particular World Cup, being as T20, is going to be really good for the recognition in sport in the country, to be honest.
We've identified that obviously the US is the major sports market in the world, and one where cricket is not as represented as we would like it to be. And so staging this event in the US gives us a perfect opportunity to provide international cricket on the doorstep of the tens of millions of fans that we know are in the US, and show the US sports public that cricket exists, and maybe as a sport that they want to get interested in.
I think it's already growing, and within 1 or 2 years after the World Cup, I think it's going to grow from the junior level where players can, make their career and have a vision of just playing cricket as their main career.
I think T20 cricket in particular is a great vehicle to grow the game and to grow the game in this part of the world. They've had minor league cricket, they've had major league cricket, and now they've got a World Cup and they've got the Olympics in LA in 2028.
The pitches are of critical importance to the success of the event. They needed to be grown in Florida, where the climate was right, and then they needed to be transported up to Nassau. In order to play good cricket, we need the players to be playing on the best possible surfaces.
We opened the ticket ballot for the Men's T20 World Cup and we had over 3 million applications for tickets. And I think 65% of those were from the USA. So that just shows you the level of interest here in the USA. And we keep talking about piquing the curiosity of the USA sports fan. And then once they're curious, they can come along, they can experience the Men's T20 World Cup, and we can convert them from curious to a fan. So I think the potential over the next decade here in the USA is enormous.
Legacy of this tournament of cricket, I would say, is going to encourage a lot of youngsters once they will come and see live games. And USA playing their first World Cup, there are a lot of hopes. And once we play our best cricket, I think we will send a very, very big message to the youngsters.
Exciting to have cricket here in America. And across the West Indies, the fans have flooded in today for this huge match. Now you're joined alongside me. What do you think of the experience? I know you love your sport and a bit of travel. New York up there and this whole tournament?
Certainly is one of the destinations for any sports lover. Participation level of cricket in the USA is absolutely massive. There are tournaments all over the country, all throughout the year. So the appetite is there. Just trying to harness that appetite between young and old. This tournament is going to be huge. It's going to bring a new audience, and then it's just going to try and drive it home. The USA playing so well in their first game was massive. Get the tournament off to a good start in Dallas up against Canada. That was a win, and a really good win, and an emphatic win. So, yeah, all being well, some new fans coming through the turnstiles here.
Yeah, Steve Smith joins us as well. First of all, exciting to have cricket in the US, but also India playing here and bringing in the fans is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I've just come up off the ground just now, and the atmosphere out there is amazing. It sounds like you're in Mumbai. So India obviously get great support everywhere in the world, but great to have so many fans come out here to Long Island.
Well, just a reminder for anyone who's just tuning in, there's a low total to chase today, but the infants are making noise as if 300 was put on the board, and they are here to make the most of it. So let's take a look at some of the wickets that fell. First, it was Paul Sterling.
Yeah, under the cosh early, Paul Sterling hasn't had a great time against India throughout his career. Went early, good catch that from Rishabh Pant. Balbirnie really all at sea. I'm not sure what he was trying to achieve with that shot, trying to run it down to short third. Lorca took it. That was a beauty. Lovely ball, nipping back in. Harry Tector, who wore 2 or 3 on the gloves, caught that one on the helmet. Glove on the way through. Caught Camphor, who threatened actually at a little time the crease, looked quite good. George Dockrell, well, he flayed. At this stage, it was all going horribly wrong for Ireland. Everything was going in India's way. Mark Adair caught out in the deep. Cross-bat shots, difficult on a surface that's a little bit up and down and too paced. Byron McCarthy has a good catch. Akshar. This follow through never easy. I think Josh Little, well, that's probably the ball of the tournament so far. Jaspreet Bumrah, that's an absolute cracker. And unfortunately, this was the end of this rather summed up Ireland's performance. It was a no ball, a free hit. And one thing you say, do not get run out of a free hit.
Well, they were impressive with the ball, clearly using the seamer. Steve, we've seen a tricky wicket. We're getting a little bit of bounce. Let's look at the score. 97 needed off 20. look at India as they come out to bat here on a tricky surface. They have a little bit of work to do here in New York. So out comes the captain, Rohit Sharma. How should they approach this?
That's a good question. I think naturally they'd like to be very aggressive, but as we've seen in the couple of games here at this stadium, the new ball's been really tricky to face, and Josh Little bringing the ball back into Rohit. If he does have a weakness, it might be against the ball coming back as a left armour. I think he's been out on a couple of occasions that way, so whether they just take it a little bit easy against this new ball, we saw at the back end of Ireland's innings, when the ball was a little bit older, they were able to clear the fence on a couple of occasions and hit the middle of the bat a little bit more. So it'll be interesting to see whether they come out and play their shots or a little bit circumspect to begin with.
How do you think they should approach it with the ball coming? So obviously Josh Little we heard about.
Yeah, Josh Little left arm pace. Mark Adair is a massive threat. He's going to have the new ball. He was in the ICC T20I Team of the Year last year. Actually, he's been a premier bowler for Ireland, a leader of the attack for the last 18 months. Hasn't got massive pace, but he can swing the ball both ways. Should stand to see him. But Rohit Sharma, who's, you'd say, I don't think Rohit Sharma's ever really out of nick, but didn't have a great time over the last couple of months. I think he'll be ultra aggressive. I think he's going to take the attack to the Ireland bowler. I don't think he's going to try and ease his way back into form. And then, you know, that man on your screen, Virat Kohli, he is seeing it like a beach ball. Yeah, just like that. 740 odd runs over the last couple of months. Fabulous player, in great form, and he will want, at the end of this month, he will want that trophy in the cabinet. So all the runs, all the accolades, and Virat will want a World Cup.
Yeah, he's been in great form, and he's going to look to bring that into this first game, I think. I think with Rohit up the other end, potentially he might try and go a little bit harder, Rohit, and Virat just get himself into his innings and pace himself like he does. He knows how to do chasing. He's arguably the best going round, so it's going to be good to watch.
Well, it's about to start the second half. Adair has the ball in hand, and the sun has popped out this afternoon. A couple of slips in play, which is important. We need to threaten early. First ball. And movement straight away. We'll be calling it a wide. Started it to over the off stump, and it kept moving.
I think the important thing for Ireland here is to not just go searching too much. Be aggressive with your fields, but basically just get the ball in really good areas. Let the wicket do the work. We saw that there's been enough there with the new ball. Get it in the right areas and hopefully get a few chances early on.
Let's just take a quick look at the field. As expected, you'd have third in place and then also a deep square. But the two slips, I know you were saying this in the last game, Steve, you like to be aggressive with the ball when you've got conditions like this. I remember you were saying get slips in play in the last game. And so starting.
You have to, with 97 on the board, you have to take wickets. And while the new ball's going to be the hardest to face, you've got to have the two slips in place. You've got to try and get those wickets, and I like the way they've started.
Let's take a look at the milestones coming up. Sharma just needs 37 runs for 1,000 in T20 internationals, and Virat Kohli needs 150 to score the most 50s in T20 cricket. Looking at his record, actually, Virat Kohli, he's really good in T20 World Cups in particular. And that moved, that shape back in. Rohit Sharma was looking to come down for wicket, and that was fun.
That's what Steve is saying. Just put the ball in the right area. Let the pitch do what it's got to do. And say to the batter, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, if you want to knock us off a good length, so be it. Because there's enough there for maybe an outside edge, or one just nip back and take inside edge or even onto the stumps. Good work by Lorcan Tucker as well. So Ireland, yes, you want wickets, you need wickets. You're not going to blow India away. You just got to hang in there. Hope you get a couple of edges early.
Oh, that one came in on the pads and he's just tickled it away. I don't think it's going to get to the boundary, but they'll pick up a couple. I might ask your thoughts as well about these two as an opening partnership. It's only the second time, actually, these two are opening innings together in the T20 International. The other time was England at Ahmedabad back in 2021. Put on 94. And they're two high-quality players.
I don't think it matters where they bat together.
You think they're just run machines?
They've done it a lot together. It doesn't matter where they play. So I think they'll form a nice combination up top, though. Oh, the towel fell out as he bowled that one. Didn't seem to put Rohit off, though. Certainly would have put me off, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're a high-quality combo, both around that 4,000 mark in their T20 international careers. Let's take a look. Two slips in play. First slip just a little bit deeper as expected, down at 19 metres, and then tighter and quite close to that outside edge. Final ball of the first over. Oh no, and it's gone through the hands of second slip and gone for a 4. End of the first over here. 7 runs for no wicket.
An early bit of fortune for the Indian batter, Andrew Balbirnie. That second slip. You saw the graphic, he was 16 metres back, so he had a good look at it. Went through a beat of a pace. Normally a pretty assured slip fielder, Andrew Balbirnie. Back home in Ireland, you don't get many above the head. You don't have to go Australian style that often, so burst through the hands of Balbirnie.
When you've got 97 on the board, they're the ones that you really need to catch.
Yeah, that was a pressure one. Maybe the tournament as well, the scenario, but either way you cannot afford that. Well, they've now got a little bit more pace coming on with Josh Little. I've had a chance to see quite a lot in back in England, and bowls with really good pace. And now good experience as well, you would say. 67 matches will shape that ball. And what's his field? He's got the third. And keep it back to square, 2 slips at play.
One player that should be able to cope with the scenario that's presented, Josh Little. He's played 2 seasons of the IPL for the Gujarat Titans. He's played in an IPL final in front of 130,000 people. So dealing with the emotion and the scale of the game should be a lot easier for Josh Little. Nice to see him pitch that first ball up and give it a chance to swing, Steve Smith, because when he pitches up the swings, he's a real threat to the new ball.
He is. That one certainly shaped back a little bit. It was played really nicely by Virat with soft hands to third man, but as he comes in again, a little bit of shape down leg side, and he started that one a little bit too straight, and he's got it wide down the leg side. But the ball is certainly swinging. He's going to want to keep attacking those stumps and see if he can hit Rohit on that pad.
Got one for you, Steve. I know you've seen you in it slips at times. Does it just stick? Is there what? There's just a reaction.
I think that one just rushed him, really. Looked like he got through his hands before he even got them up. So I don't know, maybe at different venues that you haven't been at before, the distances and the depth perception, I suppose, can be there, and that one just looked like it rushed him.
Got 2 leg side there. It's been clipped, but there is protection. Just shuffle through for a 2.
But one thing, Steve, I found really surprising yesterday when I spoke to some of the Ireland players, they had not been to this stadium. They had not been to this venue. So when they pitched up this morning, it was their first time being at the stadium, the conditions, and just simple things like slip catching. Bend, whatever end you want to bowl. If you turn to the ground and you're not used to facilities, it takes a little while to get used to it.
It does, and you generally like to try and catch a few balls at the venue the day before or something like that, just to get a feel for it and feel for different parts of the ground you're going to field on and things like that, so that when you get out in the middle, you know what you're looking at, you know the visuals and all those kind of things. So yeah, I find that a little odd that they hadn't had a session out here.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a tricky one today. Really rally round, use the skill set that a lot of the experienced players have. Not a lot of pace in this side. A little bit different to India. Nepal has the most, and then it really drops down. Nice and full. Well, Rohit Sharma has been around the game a long time.
Yeah, I'm very proud of it. Honestly, when I started playing the game, I never thought I'll play I'll play for so many years, let alone the World Cups. I never thought I'll represent my country for so many years. But yeah, I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to represent the nation, and then obviously playing so many World Cups as well.
Yeah, an impressive captain and leader. 50 T20 internationals, 37 years old and still going strong.
37 years young.
You could still be going. Come on now.
Incorrect. Incorrect.
Again, getting two leg side here. The second wide of the over.
When I turned up today, one of our camera crew, I won't name names, I've known him a long time. I said, "Oh, you're enjoying your retirement," he says. I said, "Very much so."
So does that mean you've not been in the gym too
Correct.
much and
Yes.
you've been enjoying
Yeah,
life?
very much so. Expanding.
Steve, I think you're the only athlete out of the three of us right now.
Cricket player. We're cricket players. We aren't athletes, are we? Oh, bit of fortune there from Rohit Sharma. Raced down to the fine leg fence for four, and that was stiff.
Yeah, bit of lucky there for Josh Little. Searching, looking to give it a chance to swing. I don't mind it. Rohit Sharma's been a little streaky so far. It's the second or third time now he's got an inside edge, but fortune favours the break. I don't mind the approach from Josh Little. Giving him a chance to swing. Only 2 or 3 in this park might have any kind of chance.
A little bit more conservative and circumspect.
I think just play good cricket shots. I think the beauty with these two, they're both test players, so they can cope with the moving ball and seaming balls. So I think just respect the good balls at the moment. See if you can get through the ones that are up there and nipping about, and then if you get anything loose, put it away.
Well, Virat Kohli has gone the aggressive route there, trying to use his feet and throw Markadere off.
Yeah, he's taken a different approach there. He's come down the wicket, given himself a little bit of room and tried to play it through the offside, but only managed to get beaten, so maybe he is taking the aggressive route.
Good from there. Good line and length. Hasn't got the pace of a Josh Little. He's sub 80 mile an hour, but he has got excellent control marker there. Keep an eye out for the in-swinger as well, Smudge. He's got a lovely little, very good wrist position marker there. He's able to get that in-ducker without giving the game away to the batter.
Might be coming now, actually. He's just taken out the second slip, moved him into a mid-wicket, so yeah, potentially he'll try that in-swinger now, but it's good that he's pitching it up, trying to challenge the top of the stumps as much as possible. That's the place to be on this wicket.
Absolute beauty, just shaping back in. Virat Kohli has an incredible record in World Cup cricket. This one threatened to just do him in there. We've seen a couple from Adair shaping back in. Let me just tell you this stat, by the way, because I think this is ridiculous. Virat Kohli in T20 World Cup averages 270. He hit 541 runs in 10 innings. And look down the list. Pretty much everything is a half century for a one low score of 23. Well, up and over, but there is a third in place, and they get the first wicket. Virat Kohli, who we just talked about, an incredible T20 wicket, a career record, is a big, big wicket here for Ireland.
Yeah, good catch in the deep. Ben White, Ireland's leg spinner, probably Ireland's tallest fielder down on the deep third fence. Massive, massive wicket. Virat, ultra aggressive, never really got going. Uncharacteristic, really. Bit ungainly and thick outside edge. That's a good catch. They needed it. Ireland needed it. The crowd went quiet. Kohli's got to go. Big moment in this small run chase. Virat Kohli's gone for one. 22 for him.
We saw that same shot earlier in the over, didn't we? It went over the bat, and on this occasion it's just collected the top edge and went down to that third-man fieldsman. But I think it's been a pretty good over. Like I said, he's pitched it up, he got the ball to move back in the one before, and maybe that led Virat Kohli to want to try and do something different and get him off his length.
Yeah, major wicket. You just feel the crowd just quietening. Well, out to the crease comes the dynamic Rishabh Pant in at 3. Incredible player. He's had a really tricky time the last couple of years after that injury, car crash, but has come back. Good performances in the IPL coming in. And also will give them that left-hand, right-hand combination, which will force the bowlers to have to be a little bit tighter. His 22 strike rate on paper says 126, but we all know he can be much more dangerous than that.
He's a wonderful player, isn't he? And it's great to have him back playing for India. He's obviously gone through a very tough time, and coming back from that accident, playing really well in the IPL, and then being able to represent his country in a World Cup here in New York, it's a huge moment for him.
Interesting. Ultra-aggressive approach from Virat Kohli. We felt like he might be a little bit more watchful than Rohit Sharma, but good reward for Adair. I thought he started really well. They're just hitting a line, hitting a length. Cut the batter in half previously in the over, yeah. You feel your pain.
Oh, Rishabh Pant has no time for not putting his hands through the ball. He's just come out, thrown the bat at it, and it ended the over with a boundary. 3 overs gone, 26 for 1. That's him. That's Rishabh Pant.
Yeah, have a look at one. That'll do. He says, I've assessed conditions nicely. It does help when you've kept wicket, actually, for 20, or the best part of 20 overs. You do get used to conditions a lot easier, a lot quicker. He's only kept wicket brilliantly today. A lot of balls flying around and staying a little bit low and into his groove early. That's a good place to hit. This ground, this pitch, hit through the line, present the full face of the blade.
We're going to have to change bowler here. McCarthy coming in to replace Josh Liston. Would you have replaced him that quickly? Obviously he had a couple of wires, was searching for that swing. Left him on longer, or you think Barry McCarthy's chop and change?
Well, I just think you just have got such little time to play with. 26 for 1 off 3 and defending sub 100, so you haven't got any time really to lose. You've got to try and ring the change. Barry McCarthy got a bit of a golden arm, really. Does take wickets at regular intervals. It would have been a difficult call between McCarthy and Craig Young. Can swing that new ball.
Similar field, just the one slip now with a little bit less pace and maybe movement, but still third and good square in place. Conventional field.
Yeah, I think the key here again is just to keep bashing the top of those stumps. That's his job. Let the wicket do the work. Nice and simple. Don't overcomplicate things. Let them try and play some big shots off really good balls and hopefully get a few dismissals here.
Nicely played there, just eased it through. Looking down the Indian lineup today, and I really just can't see an area they don't have covered. They've got the spinners, they have the pace. You look at their batting lineup. Any weaknesses for you guys?
The only thing you look at the India side, the wrist spin. You know, today they're going in with finger spin, and maybe that's due to Ireland having a full 11 of right-handers. But you think to win a World Cup, you need a wrist spinner to do some work. I know in the Caribbean especially, and more so than the United States, sometimes finger spin can be very effective because you can drive the ball into the surface. But you think over a 4-week tournament, you need your wrist spinners to do a lot of work.
I think they'll definitely come into play. I think they actually only played Axer today as the second spinner to just add to their batting, knowing that they will likely use 4 of Hardik Pandya's overs and only need to bowl 4 overs of spin. I think that was their reason to just extend their batting order.
Another question for you now. Why How are there no left-handers? What's going on?
I don't know.
Can you not grow some in a pot somewhere?
It's strange, really, because all through my Ireland career, we had so many left-handers. Myself and William Porterfield, Ed Joyce, John Mooney. We actually had, I reckon, 5 or 6. And now there's one in the squad, Neil Rock, he's on the bench. But yeah, there's a real shortage. I sort something out back there in Dublin and Belfast and Derry. It'll make a big difference, though. You know, in white ball cricket and T20 cricket, if you can have 3 or 4 left-handers and split the order up, because it just gives, as a batter, you'll know Steve Smith, gives you a chance to obviously get a few freebies or get a few loose balls, as opposed to just letting the bowlers get into a line and then get into a spell. If you can separate it with a couple left-handers, help you.
Yeah, it certainly can. Yeah, it's always nice to have something different as well, just to change the angles and the way the people have to bowl. You've all got just right-handers, they can just keep bashing that same length and get into a bit of a groove, I suppose. So, yeah, it's always beneficial to have a bit of both.
Oh, he's gone for the aggressive shot. Hasn't quite got it, and a good throw here. That would have been interesting to see if that would have hit the stumps.
Yeah.
Looked a little bit tight there.
Would have been out, though, definitely.
We're calling it. There's the aggressive shot into mid-wicket. Well picked up. Quick release. I think he would have been miles out on the replay.
Mark there. Fast bowler. And a good bounce as well. The ball bounced up nicely for him. Didn't have to bend down. He's 6 foot plus. He didn't have to bend down and pick up. Everything was going his way. 3 stumps to aim at. In this day and age, you'd be disappointed.
Yeah, you need to take those chances. When you got 97 on the ball, we've seen 2 opportunities here, and you need to be taking those ones.
Rishabh has nearly put his back out trying to clear the ropes. End of that over, 29 for 1. Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it? That India, despite the surface, I think they just want to keep that ultra-aggressive approach. It's not paid off. We saw Virat Kohli's wicket. That one hasn't connected for Pan. Maybe they just want to impose themselves.
Yeah, it certainly looks like they're trying that, particularly Pan. I think he only knows one way, so he's going to continue to play his shots.
As a question for you, do you think there is any space now in the T20 team for that glue-type player? Everyone's got to be striking 150 plus. Is that the kind of modern game?
Depends on the surface you play on. I think a wicket like this, absolutely, there's room for someone that strikes a little bit lower and is able to hold the order together. But some of those flat wickets, I can understand why you want guys striking 150 plus. So yeah, I think you've got to play the conditions in front of you.
Well, Markadeer is now bowling at Rohit Sharma. It's fair to say he's been all over him all day. Just take a look at some of these deliveries. Shaping it off the surface, seeing some cut in and shake away. Real movement. How impressive.
And I can tell you, when you see the ball moving on the TV and you can see the actual movement off the seam, when you're out in the middle, it is doing a hell of a lot. I can assure you of that. It's going a long way. So it's a challenging wicket, and yeah, they're going okay to only be 1 down at this stage.
I think for Markadeer, as I mentioned, he's been Ireland's best bowler for 18 months. And when you haven't got express pace, you have to be so skillful and diligent in his work ethic and his preparation. And that's something that hasn't always come easy to Markadeer. I think early in his career, he had all the ability in the world, but just couldn't quite harness it in the right direction. A little bit of maturity, a little bit more responsibility. And now he's showing in the last year or two that he is a superb opening bowler. He's a power play bowler, not as strong at the back end, so I'm sure Paul Sterling might even he could even go for broke here and try and bowl him 4 in a reel here, because it's not going to go 20 overs. I wouldn't be surprised if Markadeer potentially bowls out.
Just looking at his pace, he's kind of in that early 130s, 130, 135 kph.
And it's the kind of wicket you don't have to bowl express. You just have to be able to hit decent areas, stand that seam up, and just get whatever you can out of the surface.
Controlled it nicely against left. Yeah, we saw with Angelo Matthews the other day, actually. At first I thought it was about the pace bowlers for Sri Lanka, but when he came in, he was just all control, landing it on the money. It was a real handful. I guess what it noticed that bowling it into the surface, though, was quite valuable. I felt like India's bowlers today really tried to bang it in and get that extra bit of tennis ball bounce.
Yeah, I just think it's the length. As long as you're bashing the wicket hard and hitting the top of the stump length to a little bit shorter, it's very challenging for the batter.
Again, Pan trying to open those shoulders. Came out first ball down the ground and pumped it. You can see he's really trying to keep taking the game, the Irish bowlers.
Yeah, just losing his shape a little bit, trying to overhit. Yeah, you see him slamming his pads. He's not happy because he's a better player than that. When he's nice and still and has a nice flow through the line of the ball, he's a lovely timer of the ball. At the moment, just losing his shape ever so slightly.
A little bit of a wide there.
Tell you what, there'll be a couple of bowlers, will be watching this game. Won't mind bowling. Shine Shah Freedy coming up soon. Thinking Harris Ralph. Then Nassim Shah. That could be tasty.
Muhammad Abir.
That is a line.
So you want to get down, make sure you get down. If you're in the area, you get down and watch that one. India, Pakistan.
That is going to be some contest, isn't it?
Well, in the end, a pretty tidy over. So 5 gone, 33 for 1.
For 1 after the 5 overs. Just one more over to go in this power play. Can Rohit Sharma find the middle of the bat and pop it over the infield? Little to continue. The delivery that beat the outside edge. It was pretty full in length. And then Rohit Sharma will be really looking at the surface. Maybe there's a little bit of movement as it pitches.
Looking to take advantage of the field restrictions. Nobody deep on the offside excepting the third man. So looking to play the uppish lofted off drive. Play them with good angles created by Josh Little.
Moved early there to Rohit Sharma. Just shimmied across to the off stump. Mexican wave going here on the grandstands.
Yeah, we love our wave. We love our wave here, but if some people hate it, they say it's a signal that you're not watching. But this crowd's watching.
Once again, trying to go up and over and get the inside edge. Been difficult to find timing. No real scoreboard pressure here for India, so they can be quite watchful and pick out the right delivery they can pop over the top. It's amazing this is the first left-hander we've seen with these Russian teams. 11 right-handers for Ireland. You don't often see that these days. Nice to work around. He's looking for the second. And I think with the pace he has between the wickets, he was keen. Rohit Sharma was not up for the extra sprint through.
No need to take the risks right now, right?
No. And it's often the elder statesmen will say to the younger ones that it's not an athletics event, it's a game of cricket, and there's no need to risk pulling a hamstring trying to get back for a quick single.
Yes, so not so early in the tournament for sure. And because there's no... Ireland haven't put on a big score for you to try and take that risk.
That's beautifully played. Foolish in length, just opens the face, makes sure it goes over, square of the wicket and away to the fence.
Yes, he gets a bit of width. That's what you're looking for. The earlier efforts to try and hit the ball over the infield wasn't successful for the inside edge. But this time around you can see that he's leaning into it. There was a bit of width also and he quite deliberately has opened the face of the bat to hit it over that fielder for a boundary.
And it brings up his 4,000th run in T20 International. He's the third player to do so. Fred Kohli and Baba Azam and the others. Beats the outside edge again to complete the over. 39 for him.
Said it's not an athletic competition, but with the way the outfield grass is playing, in a close match here, twos may really be the difference. Might have to get into a lot of running, maybe India-Pakistan match or Netherlands-South Africa.
That's for sure. I mean, all of the domestic teams back home would make the outfield nice and thick and make it extra big. And they were very athletic and sprinted between the wickets, and they would have a massive advantage by doing so. That looks like a little mini putt-putt, isn't it? I don't know, we call it putt-putt, and you guys call it adventure golf, some of them.
Putt-putt golf, mini golf is, I think, now is one over putt-putt. It looks like a tough one.
Yeah. That's a different angles, have to rebound it with certain rocks or something to get it somewhere near the hole.
Looks like mini golf for adults. Kids seem like, I think they'd get frustrated by that.
So the power play is now completed. The field can change and spread a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5 of the fielders are back on the fence. Just the 4 guys in the inner ring. Just nudges it down the ground. Camfo, who was pretty decent with the bat, made a bit of a contribution. They say a picture tells a million words, 1,000 words, million words. It's always the case when you have an Indian encounter. Full of passion, full of colour. Just the simple game plan, isn't it? You don't really have to change anything. And as a batter, there's kind of nothing you can do. If they hit that area, you don't know how it's going to behave. This one looks like it stands up. And you've got someone in the likes of Campo who's not the tallest individual, just bowling at 130. Getting the ball to behave like that, it's not easy.
Yes, and I think because he's bowling at about 130, the batter would try and get onto the front foot, thinking that he's not the kind of bowler who will get the ball to lift off a length, but he did.
Runs at him this time, does Rohit Sharma. Doesn't manage to get back on board. Beats the outside edge, but misses the leg stump.
Stepping down the pitch, trying to throw the bowler off. He's moved down the leg side. You can see the ball has also missed the leg stump. And the wildest swing that Rohit Sharma, 27 of 24.
Jimmy, has there ever been a case in baseball where one of the batters would charge at the pitcher before he's pinned him, or
charge at the pitcher
after he's pinned him?
Yes, that has happened a lot. We had, there's been a lot of batters who they get hit, they charge the mound, and then it's on. We had a 26-year-old Robin Ventura charge 40-year-old Nolan Ryan at the time. He immediately put him in a headlock and gave him a look.
You're not allowed to do that in this game of cricket. But do they bat at different places at the plate? You know, can some hang deep, some come a little bit further forward?
It's not as exaggerated as the different shots you play in cricket. Some guys will move forward if they anticipate a ball that will break down or just to get it before it drops, or move back if he's got a lot of speed. But most batters stand in the same place the entire time, keep their feet steady.
Whip carves it away. Outfield. Brilliant bit of fielding. Should punt quick back for the second. So 4 runs from that over. 7 completed. 43 for him.
I got a kick out of the crowd earlier, cheering for Ireland to score some runs so they can see India bat for longer. I wonder now if they they're going to be satisfied if they just continue to trade strike, single, 2-1, or do they want to see the barrage?
Yeah, they probably want to see some fireworks, but as you say, a lot of them have travelled a fair distance to get you to watch. So for the fans, any extended action would be appreciated. That's what they now need, 54 for 78 deliveries. No issue from a runway perspective at all. I wonder what's going through Rod Shaw's head at the moment about maybe areas he maybe to score, what a possible plan could be. Still slip in place, which makes sense. Excessive in this game whatsoever. I think it was 26 or 27 for Ireland, 39 for 1 for India. Sitting strong there on 27, not out of 22. Full field is on for a shot punt. He's a man who likes to give himself a little bit of room and go over the offside. China turns him down. Maybe in the same mindset as Rishabh Pant. That was the drop catch, that was the opportunity that was on offer really early. And we'll see that even some of these boundaries, immensely beautiful time. That was Virat Kohli trying to force the pace. Thick outside edge down to third man. And Rishabh Pant. Just been the 4 4s and the 6 so far in the innings.